Hanaki! Did you know that our souls are connected by fate? What do you know? I'm Yuno Hanaki, the one and only Oiran from Mialun. Good afternoon. Happy noon. It is indeed the afternoon now. Yippee, 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 oh Hanaki. Welcome in, guys. Sorry if I have extra vocal fry. I'm sleepy. Him. But yes, thank you for picking up the stuff on the Patreon shop. It is super appreciated. Every little bit helps. It helps me survive. Love that for me. So today I am working on more stuff for the Patreon. Not voice packs, though. Not yet, anyway. I'm planning to write some, like, little short stories and, like, bits of prose that can be picked up. It's probably going to be priced cheaper than the voice packs, because voice packs, cost a little bit more due to production. So those will probably stay around the same price that they're at now, and then the writing that I will be putting up as, like, paid posts or, like, things you can pay to read or whatever are going to be a little cheaper. Because it's just text. Text I worked hard on, obviously, but text nonetheless. So it should probably cost a little less. But that's going to be what I try to work on today. I'm going to try to do some Pomodoro and lock in and get some work done. We'll see how much I manage. I don't have a very good track record of getting a lot of work done when I'm tired. Ugh. But I'll do the best I can. As you can see with the Lo-Fi Girl timer that I'm using, they're in the middle of the first cycle. So I'm gonna wait until after the break of this one. So when it says 2 out of 4 is gonna be when I start. And I'll be locking the fuck in. One can hope. But yeah, I hope you guys have been having a good week. I didn't see you yesterday because I was having a break day. My insomnia also kicked my ass yesterday, so I didn't really get any sleep, and that was fun. That was fun and cool. I think I got a total of like 2 hours on and off max the other night. Yippee! It was better than nothing, I guess. But do you ever have that thing where, like, you try to go to bed, or like, okay, let me reiterate this. When you're, like, at your desk and you're about to fall asleep, right? Because you're, like, so tired and you're, like, practically passing out at your desk. So you're like, oh, I'm tired. So then you go to bed. But then the minute you hit the bed, your eyes are just wide awake and you're just like, where'd the tired go? That was what was happening to me. Every time. And I'd, like, get up and go back to my desk and do other stuff. And then I'd literally be falling asleep doing what I was doing at my desk. And I was just be like, oh, good, finally, I'm tired. And then I'd go back to my bed and it wouldn't work. And I'd just be like, why? Why though? So that's been kind of a pain. Oh, it was really bad on Wednesday. I had that moment after driving for 7 hours yesterday. Well, congrats on completing your drive, but also, ooh, eepiness while driving is dangerous. I'm glad you are safe. Happened quite a lot. Just sleep at my desk at that point. I can't. It's too uncomfortable. Have you ever fallen asleep on your desk? Never for, like, longer than a few minutes. Usually when I catch myself falling asleep, I'm, like, sleeping sitting up, and I'm kind of doing that, like, nod off thing. Or I do, like, a really slow blink that ended up being, like, a sleep period. I've never fallen asleep on my desk. I avoid it if I can. It's bad for posture, among other things. I'm just like, nah. I have, like, moved my keyboard out of the way so I can, like, kind of lay on my desk, though. Like, lay my head on my desk, but I've never, like, slept in that position. It's just kind of been, like, a quiet thing. But yeah, so my Wednesday, while it was a good break day from streaming, it was not very restful. Ah-ha-ha-ha. Happens to the best of us. I don't really hold it against me. I'm just like, man, wish I rested better. I suffer from feeling tired, but my brain just doesn't shut off and I lie there for hours but not sleep. That happens to me all the time, too. The only reason I was getting out of my bed was because I had tried to sleep for like 2 hours and it wasn't working. So I just was like, I guess I have to go sit at my desk or whatever. Fell asleep at my desk at work once. Embarrassing, almost smashed my head against the keyboard. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, that happens to the best of us too. I don't think I ever fell asleep at my work desk when I used to work at an office. I've come close. But it was around that time that I realized I needed to bring additional stimuli, so I'd bring my personal laptop. So when I didn't have work to do on the work PC, I would just have my personal laptop up, and I would do stuff there. Jokes on Yuno. Saw her on someone's stream. I did watch a little bit of my beloved Lynn's birthday stream. I was also there for her Ori song debut. Super good. I knew it was going to be, but I am so proud of her. She's working so hard. And she's been going through it. We both have been, like, quietly handshake emojiing over the struggles we have been facing this past month. Now that it's May, it's this past month. I was supposed to say this month. But, yeah. I was watching Lynn's stream. She's on the grind. I mean, aren't we all? We're all on this rat race we call life. But yeah, she's been on the grind. And her hard work is paying off. I hope that those of you that are able, you're able to support her for her second day of her little birthday donathon as well. You have a very cool wife. I know. I love her so much. She's the coolest. I do genuinely really like her work. Not even just because she is my wife. I like her wife. I like her wife. Sorry, I don't know how to talk. I like my wife separately from the fact that I like her work. Is what I meant to say. She doesn't have a separate wife, as far as I know. Unless we have to have a conversation. Unless there's a conversation I have to have with her. But I don't think so. I don't think so. Anyhow. She has 2 hands. Maybe she has a wife too. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. But I suppose there's always a chance. The relationships are interweaving. I'm literally pulling that thing that some girls do where they like try to make up drama. They like try to make up the idea that their partner is cheating on them with someone else, and I just go to Lynn and I'm like, who is your other wife? I Freudian slipped and mentioned something about you having another wife, so now I feel like you have another wife. Who is it? She's just like, huh? Glaceon. Glaceon is a Pokemon! That is our child, our shared pet. Time to start misleading clickbait. My wife is cheating on me? Babe, I dreamed you were cheating on me. Literally me just now. That's the I dreamt you cheated, now I'm mad. I know! Girls are crazy. I never understood why people are that insecure in their relationships. Like, I hear stories about that kind of thing happening, and I'm just like, man. Some women really be insecure, I guess. Not to be mean about it or anything. I feel like it's a sign of, like, deeper things going on. The implications, as it were. Okay. What do I even want to do for this? I guess I'll just call it, like, a... Piece 1. I'm not starting my work yet. I'm just setting up the document so that I can lock the flick in. Text probably won't matter because it's gonna get transferred over, but I will still use my favorite font. Just because it makes brain happy. Red flag, yeah, for real. I could never. Anyway. Even if Lynn has another wife, I am not a jealous wife, so I'd just be like, that's fine. I'd just be like, understandable. My wife is very beautiful, so she has other wives. I'd just be like, as long as there are other people who can appreciate mine wife, that's what matters to me. Lynn, I have Wi-Fi, not wife. Man. Now if she full on denies me, that's another thing entirely. Your wife's wife is also your wife? Oh, God, I hope so. If it's someone I know, maybe. I do not claim to be the wife of strangers. On search history for knives, bleach, and 2 different types of shovel. I mean, sometimes you just need to be aware of tools. Also, you know, I'm a writer. It's not always because I need to use the tools for something. It could be just be because I need to know about it for writing purposes. Have you ever thought about that? Some of my favorite, like, older Tumblr memes were always the ones where it was just like, I'm a writer, my search history looks so bad, I'm sure the FBI agent watching me is, like, very suspicious of my actions, but it's just for writing, I swear. It always makes me do a little giggle, because I relate. Hi, wife. I see you are busy in your gaming chair. Oh, hi, Yuno. Yeah, wife is completing her work of helping me sit in chair. Oh, okay. It's lock-in time. See you guys in a little bit. You get the typing ASMR today. Love that for us. Just because I write these dark scenarios doesn't mean I support that. Just because I have to write about a murder doesn't mean I murder as my job. You know, it's just it's extra stuff. Sounds like a threat from some crime show. I have researched this dozens of times, written hundreds of drafts. For how this goes down, they'll never find the body. Something, horror writers would probably know the best ways to dispose of bodies. Something. Doing Pomodoro? Yes. Do you see the timer in the corner of the screen? That's Pomodoro. I'm borrowing it from Lo-Fi Girl because I'm also listening to the Lo-Fi Girl Lo-Fi playlist for Pomodoro. It has like a built-in timer, so it has a little beep, 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 beep that I can listen to take a break or switch back into work mode and all that stuff. But Lo-Fi Girl playlists will probably get the stream bonked, so instead of playing the audio, I still have my normal BGM playing for you guys. I hear the lo-fi, but I'm still sharing the timer. Easier. Okay. Lock-in time for real. Let me think. Lo-fi beats to mute so the copy bonk stays away. Real. Luckily, since I fixed my audio output stuff, it was easier to just mute certain things so that you can't hear them. Sometimes when OBS breaks, it also breaks all of my audio setup, and I don't remember how to do it because I had to have Hitomi help me last time. So, like, when it broke, I was like, we need to fix it sometime, and then, like, months went by and we never got around to fixing it. Many such cases. When it comes to typing, I miss old typewriters. I like the feeling from pressing the keys. I've never really properly used a typewriter. I think I remember touching one, like, once in elementary school, but I've never, like, sat and written on one. But I can imagine the tactile feeling of the clicks is probably a little bit better than with keyboards. I want a new keyboard. I like the one I currently have, but apparently the manufacturer, went kaput, went explodey, so now I'm just like, it's only a matter of time until this thing breaks, I guess, and I won't be able to fix it. Gotta go back onto the market for another keyboard. Back in my day, we used a printing press. My school actually had a class that was all about, like, book binding and, like, the physical process of making books like that. And they had a whole class dedicated to learning how to use a printing press. I never took it, but I thought it was cool. I think I saw, like, a demonstration once during one of the, like, campus open houses or something. It was pretty sick. Surprised he didn't? Because I wasn't that into, like, the physical side of making books. I was more interested in writing. The main reason I went to school was because I wanted to focus on writing. Also, a lot of the classes with the printing press were done, like, outdoors, like, outdoor demonstrations, and I was like, in this weather? I think not. But it was still pretty cool. Oh yeah, never mind. Yep. It'd be like that. Okay. I know what I want to do for this, but my brain is just taking a second to get from point A to point B. What sort of prose are you working on? It says in the description, but I am writing a post that I can put onto my Patreon shop. Specifically, I'm writing, like, character lore because I am a VTuber, and VTubers have lore. So, I like lore and, like, lore developing stuff. And I'm very, very poor right now, so I can't even think about making, like, a lore video or anything. So here I am, doing my best to just write lore and make it available through that medium instead. BGM pretty low. Do you want me to turn it up? I can. Oh, it is kind of low. What the? Why did I turn it down so low? It's not supposed to be that low. There we go. Whoops, minimized the wrong thing. There we go. Make a board with concepts and throw darts at it. I am writing something. I'm planning to write, like, a couple different pieces of lore things. Until I finish telling the story for 1.0. Great, thanks, no problem. Thank you for telling me it was too low. Lore is always fun to write, but complicated. I clicked in to finish a fight scene I'm working on. Ooh, nice. I find writing fight scenes very difficult. If I could just make all my characters stand in a room and talk, I would. But unfortunately, it is like a requirement to have fight scenes every now and again. You know, with 12 Angry Men energy in a Naruto AMV world. That description's crazy, but real. Scenario, Damadachis versus Yuno at the Wendy's parking lot. We are going to scrap over a Frosty. We are going to have a fight over Frosties. Man, I want a frickin' Frosty. I will be brave, though. I can't spend money for the next while. So, I will be strong. No Frosty. Gotta figure out some more myself for a new Star Wars D&D character. Ooh, have fun! D&D. I'm literally eating a Frosty right now. Am I in danger? Don't look outside your window. I'm coming. D&D Tamagotchis in dungeons. That's just where the cages are. You know, outside watching you eat a Frosty. How could you do this in front of me? Okay, the real question is what flavor of Frosty? The correct answer is chocolate. The secondary correct answer is if there's a specialty flavor right now. Speaking of Frosties, I have 3 untouched ones in my freezer. Ooh, you're the type to stock up on Frosties, eh? I get you. Vanilla, banned. The vanilla Frosty is only good in the Frosty Chino. It not good. Not by itself anyway. That's okay, you can keep it. I don't want it. I prefer the chocolate one. Yuno sent to the cage with you. I'm not gonna put you in the cage for ordering something with vanilla. It's more just I'm not going to partake in it. Vanilla is valid. It is, but I just don't like vanilla Frosties. Like I said, they're better in the Frosty Chino, which is their like coffee beverage that's mixed with Frosty. You can technically also get it with a chocolate Frosty, but I don't like the chocolate Frosty one, surprisingly. I think it's because the vanilla is sweeter, so it balances with the coffee better. But in terms of like eating them by themselves, chocolate is best. They ran out of the special caramel one I got last time. See, that's correct. If you were going for the caramel, I get you. All right, you're back out of the doghouse for that one. Getting the caramel one makes more sense. Let's go. She's letting me out. Some yearn for the cage, some. I've known this. Okay, good, it didn't mess up the thing. All right, I need to check a thing. I had to Google what a Frosty is. Oh no! Yeah, that's okay. We do be speaking Onigashima terms. That's not what I wanted. This thing. Okay, okay. Got it. Frosty is the yellow lemon slushie that you can find in your backyard. No, it is not. That would be a snow cone. Don't get it twisted. I don't like this. Never mind. Scrapping it. I know what I want to write. I just can't figure out how I want to do it. Punches my Google document. I thought Frosty was a snowman. He can be, in theory. Ice and snow cones are more prominent in my country. Makes sense. I'm not really a big, like, icy or snow cone person. I've always been more of an ice cream girly. I used to go positively feral for ice cream. The orange dreamsicle Frosty was delicious. Blech, orange. Happy for the people who like orange, but Not me. Thank you for not saying Google Talkie. I didn't realize people were saying that shit until a certain thing of drama was going on. And then I was like, I get it, but also that's crazy. Orange creamsicle is delicious. Yeah, for you guys. Not for me. I feel like I should not have to reiterate how much I don't like orange, but I don't like orange. The puns. Unsubbing. Okay, goodbye. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Go trip on some oranges. I don't know. I refuse to retain those words in that order. I acknowledge it exists and forget when the short-term RAM resets. No, no, no. Orange flavor is often so bad it tastes like acid or puke. Yeah, this is true. Artificial flavoring for fruit is usually not great. I can tolerate artificial strawberry depending on the thing, but like that's kind of it. Any other artificial fruit flavor and I'm just like, ew. Yuck. Disgusting. I prefer real fruit. You know, I thought you said Cheeto. Frosty Cheeto. There's a black bean ice cream. I've always kind of wanted to... Well, not black bean, but it reminded me of black sesame. I always wanted to try, like, a black sesame ice cream. I will not try black bean, though, because it has beans, and that will probably kill me. Owaru. Black sesame, though. Playing Elden Ring and finally off from working overnight. Well, congratulations on finishing up with your work. I hope you're enjoying Elden Ring. I'm good. I'm trying to do some writing. I have an idea, but it's not coming out of my brain. Just found out there's a baked bean ice cream. Ugh. You can technically make a lot of things into ice cream as long as you have the right ratio with your ice cream maker. So it's not that surprising. But also, ew. I like lemon soda. I like lemon and lime for sodas in terms of things that are citrusy. You want it just so you can say open sesame when you pop the lid off the tub? No. No, literally not. But I was thinking about Mayfaye going open sesame when we were playing Repo because she's very cute. And I thought ranch flavor ice cream was bad. There's plenty of, like, really bad ice cream flavors out there that I would still try. Have I ever told you guys about the strong desire that I had to try the mac and cheese ice cream? And I still never got the chance to try it. So messed up. Ketchup ice cream. Ketchup ice cream would be good. Because tomatoes are, like, sweet and a little bit acidic. Same with ketchup. You mix it with, like, the creaminess of the vanilla that it would probably be blending into. It really wouldn't be that bad. Ketchup's not weird. Of the flavors that have been said until now, ketchup is probably the least weird one. Never a fan of mac and cheese? Wow. And yet you watch me, the mac and cheese connoisseur. I love me some mac and cheese. Hello, Oni. Hello. Ohanaki. I felt like such a formal greeting. Hello, Oni. As I'm just like, huh? That is me, I guess. Hello. I have one sentence. To be fair, I had like 3 paragraphs before this, but I scrapped them because I thought they were bad. Salutations. No. Nightmare. How is Oni? Oni's okay. Unless I could put seasoning and maybe some type of meat like chicken or bacon in the mac and cheese, I might reconsider. Oh, there's plenty of options for stuff like that. I love mac and cheese with bacon. Would you prefer Heloni? Heloni. There was a point where I thought about making that be my greeting. When I wasn't sure if I could think of a good greeting with my name, I was like, what if I just did Heloni? And I think it was Kaya who was like, don't. Heloni kind of sounds like a pasta. Heloni. I've been annoying with my fake Italian accent because I've been playing an Otome game that's set in 1920s Italy. So the localization has a lot of the Italian like words and phrases for things in there, which is an interesting choice. Oh good, it's break time. Which is an interesting choice, but every time the Italian comes up, because I'm playing through it with my friend, I'm like screen sharing my game. Don't tell the devs. I'm like screen sharing my game and like going through it with a friend. And every time we get to that part, I play the MC, so I'm like narrating it for us, and I have to figure out how to say the Italian, and I'm just like, oh god. Well, when in doubt. And then I just do this stupid, exaggerated Italian accent to figure out how to say the words. It happens so many times. I would just be like, I don't know how to say it, so I'm just gonna say it in the stupid accent, and that should help. Exaggerated Italian voice like the French, uh-huh. If I can't figure out how to say a word, I just exaggerate it with the accent, and then I'm just like, oh, I get it now. If it works, it works. Need the exaggerated hand gestures too to make it more authentic. See, when my friend tries to say the Italian words, they sometimes still mispronounce it, and I'm always just like, do the accent, do the thing. And I always tell them to do the finger pinch, because I can kind of do the accent without the pinch, but if we ever get stuck, it's time to do the pinch. Oh, Hanaki. Yeah, see, you get it. Someone ate my spaghetti. It's so stupid. It's not even good, but it works to figure out the pronunciation. The hand gesture provides the tempo? I suppose so. I feel like I still don't like actually do the correct tempo. It helps the emphasis more than anything. Mamma mia. Goofy. Also, I'm excited because Hanakare finally released the update with the edited English translation. I was about to say English script, but anyways, they finally edited it. I played through the game and I've beaten it like with the OG translation. I think I've said this before, but when the game first came out, it did release with its own English translation on the JP eShop. But when it got picked up by PCube, people asked if PCube International was planning to fix the localization, because the localization, the initial one wasn't bad, but it was definitely riddled with a lot of errors, and I don't know if they've really like fully checked it before letting it rip. because there were a lot of like confusing grammar things. There was one route in particular that felt like it just was not given a lot of care with its translation, and I remember being super confused during that one. But the proofread one is finally finished, so I've been like, ooh, an excuse to replay the game, because I did really like it. It's super short, but all the routes are still really good. It'd be nice to, especially for the boy who I felt like got the most butchered, it'd be nice to go back and re-experience his route with a translation that actually makes sense. I still have to get the bad endings, though. The only thing I haven't done is get the bad ends. I got the good ends and the normal ends, but it's the wither endings I haven't gotten yet for any of the boys, because I don't want to be sad. I don't want a sad ending. I'm just a girl. I don't want them to be sad. Would be interesting to watch with the official if you were willing. I believe I still have permission to make content with it. I think as long as I follow the rules and I have the same like formatting and stuff that I did for the video, I could probably still do it. The only thing is that in terms of streaming, we would not be able to progress past a certain point, so we'd be left with a cliffhanger, and I just have to be like, well, you guys are gonna have to play the game to find out on your own. Ha ha ha. But I was thinking about making videos out of the other routes. So it'll be nice to go back through the other routes just to play them again, and then also to have the footage for future videos. Because my thought process is to have a dedicated video for the other 3 boys. Like, they're dedicated to their glow ends, and then I was probably going to make like a compilation video that had all 4 of them together in case you just wanted to watch like a supercut. That's the thought process in my brain currently at this point in time. Would be a good promo to get people interested, possible sponsor opportunity. More so, I guess, to get like future sponsors. Cause like, when I did the first review of Hanakade, that was already, I guess, kind of sponsored. It was more of a like, they gave me the code when I asked for it to do a review. So like, it's sponsored in the sense that I got the game for free, which is very kind of them because they gave me the code. But it's not like a full sponsorship as in they didn't pay me. It's just I got a free product. So technically I've already done the sponsorship portion because I put up my content within the deadline. Which is why I said I think I can still make content even though I've already made the mandatory content part. Again, as long as I follow the rules, I think it should be okay. That just won't count as, like, the overall partnership. Because it's probably smarter to call it a partnership than a sponsorship because I didn't get money. Didn't get money, just got product. Bossa de fellows. Boston Fellows in July, let's freaking go. I'm so excited. I'm going to be doing a lot of streaming this month and next. That way we can A, finish making the money for the models. B, I can comfortably take a break in July to play Boston Fellows too. It has a release date now. I believe it's July 16th. I think it's mid-July. I have to look it up. Hold on. People found out because it was... Yeah, okay. The physical release of the game that's coming out for the Switch, it was confirmed to have a release date of July 17th. The Steam release still says 2025 though. Like it doesn't have a confirmed thing, but because the physical has a confirmation date, I choose to believe. I choose to believe that it will release around the same time. I'm manifesting this for me. Heard many content creators saying they save plenty of money on games by just contacting devs and showing their channel. It depends on your level of clout. Keymailer makes it a little bit easy because you can set up your profile to show everything about yourself in like one spot. So when you apply to see if you can get like a key for a game, the company can check your profile and see everything about you. And then it just becomes a matter of like searching for the games that you want to play and stuff. What's that? Must fill 2 shadow drops today? It does not. Like I said, since the physical release is coming in July, I'm pretty sure it's going to shadow drop on the same day that the physical is due to come out. But, you know, at least in terms of Keymailer, there are a lot of options for like Otome and JRPGs and things like that. So it does work for me, as well as a few like indie games. Some cozy, some horror. But there's like a lot of options. Not to like mega promote Keymailer, but they are why I'm able to work with like Bustafellows and stuff. So, big fan of their work. They make it easy to request stuff from devs. And then, like I said, you can usually get approved if they take a look at your channel and see the kind of stuff that you make, and they're just like, oh, okay. Like, I list the kind of creator that I am, where I'm, like, primarily a streamer. Currently, I want to be able to switch it around at some point. And then they see things like my current sub count, and generally the kind of views that my videos get. And then they can use that to determine if they want to give me a key. And then they can send over, like, rules for the kind of content they want to see get made and stuff. I'm interested in Clear Obscure Expedition 33. I feel like I've seen that name around, but I don't actually know anything about it. Turn-based RPG. Whoa, expensive game. Can we request a game? As in, do you want to request a game for... Oh, Rito, thank you for being a member for 17 months of Soulfire. Henwa Morning Work Crew, also at the work for my birthday. Happy birthday! You can request a game and I can see if it's available on Keymailer, I guess. I don't think it's available for, like, non-content creators to, like, use. Countdown Doom Clock one. 33-year-olds going forth to curse break because they won't see 34. Interesting. Let me see if it's even on here. I feel like a lot of the more mainstream games are less likely. It is on here, but it can't be requested to get a key. Bummer. Can you request any game for you to play? You can, but I can't guarantee that I will agree to try it or that I will be able to, buy it. I'm willing to listen to suggestions, but I can't guarantee that I will take it. to play Street Fighter 6. I mean, I don't hate fighting games. I just don't find them particularly interesting. I saw Reina got her partner status back. Seems like a sure thing. I wouldn't call it fully sure. There was one girl that it didn't work for. But so far, everybody who has tried, everyone else who has tried, it has worked. So, like, yes. Believe it or not, I do play fighting games for the lore. Love that for you. I do know that fighting games sometimes have pretty decent lore. That's not really what I meant. It's just that I still don't really think they're interesting. I'm too much of a button masher, so people would be like, why aren't you comboing? Why are you just pressing the same button over and over? You don't know how to play video games. Yuno plays Love in Deep Space on stream with an eye tracker. The minute they come out with a PC version, it's on site. Not enough yaoi in the fighting games. Are you kidding me? Fighting games are full of yaoi. Again, that's not the problem. I just don't find the actual act of playing the game interesting. I bet Yuno would love to buy the entirety of Train Simulator 2020. That's certainly a thought to have. What if the game is bought for you via Steam? I mean, if someone were to gift a game and send the key to my, like my Maros or something, I would be flattered. But I don't know if it would necessarily guarantee that I would stream it. It wouldn't guarantee a stream, depending on the game. Because I still have to kind of judge, like, if I think a game would be something that I could stream reliably also. Lads for Yuno is like Nikke for the rest of the people. I've literally played Nikke and I've also been thirsty for women. I don't understand why you guys think I'm only interested in the boy games. I like Nikke. I haven't played it recently, but I like Nikke. And I'm also thirsty for women. I love women.
The only lights guide you.
Please. Everything is yaoi if you read deep enough into it. This guy gets it. This guy gets it. Maybe they need to consult first before buying it. Especially if you want me to stream it. It might be better to like consult and see if I'd like it first. I would still be grateful to receive a gifted game. But again, odds of me streaming it, it depends on the game. I had wondered that if someone sent you a Steam key for Oblivion Remastered, I'd be shocked, but also Oblivion is still a very big-ass game. So that would still require a bit of, like, finagling on my part to, like, make room on my PC. Kind of silly. What if the game is a Yuri VN and educational? I'd be willing to play a Yuri VN. that's one of the other cool things too about Keymailer. I'm looking at it right now. Is that some games you can be pre-approved for based on having like a certain amount of like followers and like a certain track record with making content for the things that you say you'll make content for. You're pretty much open to playing anything regardless of preference. I'm guessing you said you were pan, I think. I never gave it a specific label. It's just, I guess my interest is yes. For lack of a better term. I've never really had like a specific label. Women, very, very pretty. Men, also very, very pretty. People who are gender ambiguous, slams the button. But yeah, I never really named it specifically. Something labels are difficult to understand. And also, in some ways, I feel like they're unnecessary. I just like what I like. Hanaki, welcome in. God, I'm not getting a lot of work done. I need to try and do something. Think. Time to lock in for 8. Wait, are we supposed to be working? I mean, that's the idea. I'm not really going to, like, be mad at myself for not doing it, though. Because in my opinion, since I am tired, coming up with ideas is better than nothing. Hanaki, welcome in, welcome in. You seem to be extra distracting today. It's more, I keep looking over at you guys more often than I usually do. It's mostly on me. Hanaki, I forgot when I came in. That's okay, Hanaki. She can't keep her eyes off us. Yeah. Think what you will. Think what you will. She's looking at us. You guys are so embarrassing. What do you mean? I said what I said. That's subjective. Are you a fake number giver, or do you just flat out say no? You think people ask for my number? That's the first thing. I've never been asked for my number in public. I think I just look too intimidating, maybe. My RBF is strong, perhaps. But yeah, no. I've never been approached for my number. I've never been nampa'd. I've never been flirted with in public. Never had any of those experiences. So I guess if I were to ever be in that situation, I think I'd probably just say no. I don't really see a point in giving a fake number, especially because nowadays guys have gotten kind of icky with that. And they'll do that thing where they're like, okay, and they will put in the fake number and call it while looking at you to make sure that your phone rings. And I'm always just like, ugh, that's not good. Like, why put yourself in that situation anyway? Because if they find out that you handed them a fake number, they'll get, like, mad. Or do something cringe. You know? Go outside first. Real. But no, usually anytime I'm out, I'm with, like, family. So I guess I just don't really seem like someone who should be approached. I don't usually go out by myself these days. Maybe if I went out more often, I might get nampa'd, but it's just never really been something that's ever happened to me. We should ask Kaya to give Yuno the Kabedon scenario. She would never. We may be very close friends, but I don't think she would ever Kabedon me like that. Approaching girls in the first place is scary. Allegedly. It's true. I think girls are very pretty, but I am also very shy and will probably not approach them much. Coming from the woodwork. I don't think she would. I'm pretty sure she's working. Or no, maybe not. She has to go on her trip soon. She probably won't be able to watch for a while. Going on a trip. Hey, baby girl, you look sweeter than maple syrup. Definitely the national pickup line. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, sure. Something like 45% of guys under 25 have never approached in person, so it's a dying practice in general. Yeah, something prevalence of dating apps. The last girl whose number I asked for, I just made a new contact on my phone with her name and handed my phone to her. It worked. I mean, I do think that's probably the smarter practice because it gives them the chance to, like, type it in quietly. I feel like it's scarier having to say your name, scarier having to say your number out loud. Because you never know who could be listening and wanting to take your number, I guess. I don't know. I've genuinely never been in these kinds of situations. I've always kind of thought they were fake. My hikikomori ass is just like, what? People do that? Crazy. Can't say I relate. Dating apps plus getting blasted on social media or being accused of something being a possibility. Well, I don't really like the idea that you're just going to get instant accused of something. I don't think that women are like that. Perhaps that is my bias as an woman. Usually you are only put on blast if a woman feels like it is necessary to do. They don't just do it for clout. Not always. There are some who do it for clout. But, like, because it invalidates people who are doing it genuinely, I feel like it's less common than you would think to have people, like, fake it. A woman? Source? Me. Woman. New fear encountering a clout-chasing woman. Yeah, I will not deny the existence of them. It's a very small chance, but it's a risk that guys cite. I don't know. I feel like with guys under 25, there's like way more involved than just fear of clout chasing women. Also, you're only going to get blasted on social media if you say something that's like terrible. Would you prefer the Steam key on Maro or Patreon? I believe you may enjoy the game. I would prefer Maro, just because the thing is, like, yes, you are in the higher tier on Patreon, and I gave you the voice pack, but that doesn't mean I'm going to be, like, regularly using it to, like, message and interact. It's really only for the business part of it. Please understand. It's just for business. So for, like, other messaging stuff, Maro is probably the best option. What about the over 25 crowd? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering too. I guess the over 25 crowd does not care about being cringe. Maybe because they're more accustomed to online stuff. Cringe and free. But yeah, I don't know. I've spent so much of my life online that I'm just like, what's it called? I'm glad I've kind of avoided the whole like dating culture, I guess. Because I've never really had to think about this kind of thing that much. Which is probably why I have the opinions that I do, perhaps. I'm cringe and caged. Wait, I was freed. Let me in. Let me back into the cage. Crazy. Over 25 crowd is also experiencing anxiety. I just think that there's been like a rapid decline in, how do I word this? Socialization? For like people who grew up on the internet. I'm not going to give it a defined age range because it's pretty vast now. But I just think that like overall socialization's become kind of like a lost art for a lot of people. So it's like, it's become more difficult for people to like approach others IRL. And then we have the prevalence of like dating apps and like other forms of like communication apps. So like a lot of like most of socialization is happening through like digital means, and so it's causing people to be less good at doing it IRL, which I can understand. I have such a hard time communicating IRL. The fact I said court, the what? I think courting is a cute term, actually. Well, that's because I really like Regency era bullshit. And courtship makes me think of that. Court the damsels, more like court the ladies. But no, I think courting is a cute term. Honestly, I feel like we should bring courting back. All these talks of like situationships and these like blurring lines that don't make sense to people. If you just say that you're courting someone, that makes it very obvious that you're just like trying to curry their favor, and then whatever happens, happens. I'm sure it's similar for other introverts, but when I'm outside, it's with a purpose, so I'm gonna do that. Yeah, you go outside on a mission, and then you can't get distracted on the mission by flirting with someone, because then that means that you won't be able to complete the mission. I'm the exact same. I'm just like, if you distract me when I'm going to complete a task, I will never complete the task. I will lose my motivation, because I had to muster up all my energy to come out to do the task in the first place. First time I heard courting, I thought it was for bringing people to court, like for lawsuits. No. I can understand the confusion, though. Courtship. Used to be social when I was younger, but then I went to a school filled with students who were, to best put it, destined for prison or just jerks in general. Oh my goodness. I think a lot of people can relate, though, starting out super sociable, but then being in a situation where it's no longer, like, good to be that social, for lack of a better term. Or, like, the people that you socialize with end up hurting you or, like, making you sad or angry or whatever in some way or another due to, like, misalignment of values or whatever. Because I was the same. I was a major social butterfly when I was in elementary school. I was friends with basically everybody. But then the minute we switched classes around past elementary school, it became a lot harder to stay friends with people. So lots of friendships kind of fizzled while others managed to persevere. But then I had a situation where I was suddenly like not getting along with everybody in my class all the time because there were a lot of new people, and I was like, huh, this is weird. It was a very weird time, and so I became a little bit less sociable. I don't think I was ever like, well, there are a few times where I was bullied, but I was friends with outcasts who were bullied more often than I was. Not to toot my own horn, I guess, but you could argue that I was just like the more palatable one of the nerds, I guess. Because I was so shy that I wasn't really like over asserting my personality maybe when I interacted with them. So I don't think I got bullied as much as some of my other friends did. I think I've also told this story before too, but because I was the quiet kid, people would have to sit next to me as a punishment. All of the people who were too chatty in their classes were forced to sit next to me because I'm quiet. And so they wouldn't have anybody to talk to because I wouldn't answer them. I have very vivid memories of being stuck at a table with all boys because the three of them were like major talkers, and the teacher was like, I'll put them next to Yuno because Yuno is quiet. This will encourage them to not talk. And I was like, you're putting the three boys who are the most talkative at the same table, though. They're going to talk to each other, and I'm just going to be stuck listening to it. Please. Happened more times than I can count, honestly. That was when I was still kind of little. I remember that happened in high school a lot, too. Being forced to sit next to Yuno Hanaki as punishment because she's quiet. There were also a lot of times where I'd be put into groups for a similar reason because I was quiet, or if it was like an English project, it was because I was quiet and also really good at it, so I would have to help the struggling students. But I think that also came to my benefit because while I was quiet, I was also very nice because I've always been a very nice and polite girl. And it did actually lead sometimes to people like defending me from any attempts at bullying. Like the boys that I would have to help in classes, they would sometimes stick up for me after I helped them get their grades up because they'd be like, hey, she's kind of nice actually. And that was always kind of sweet. I was in the talking too much group. I would have hated you then. Symbiotic. Very true. That's the thing. You get to know me. And I'm like a pretty decent person, I would argue. A good friend. Kind of. Or, you know, like an in-class friend. Rather than like friend. No one hates me. I said I would have hated you if we were in a class together, but luckily we met after school. Bro, I'm not getting anything done. I give up. I guess I'm just yapping. If it helps though, I did write down a few ideas for things I can work on another time. Sometimes a writing stream is very productive. Sometimes a writing stream turns into a Zatsu. And it be how it do. Sometimes it's yap o'clock. That's me right now. Also, we should probably enjoy my energy while it's like this. Because when I go to do free later, I will probably be dying. A Yuno tangent is inevitable. Real. You're the friend that would make sure we don't do anything dumb unless it'd be funny, maybe. No, not even if it was funny. I do remember I had an English class where I sat in between two boys. Like our desks were like in rows, and I sat in between two boys, and the three of us got up to shenanigans sometimes. Got any nice drinks? Nice drinks. I've got water with me right now. I have got the good old water. Nothing else interesting. Alcohol, just uplifting stuff? Uplifting stuff. I do have chocolate milk in the fridge. I don't really want it right now, though. I'm so annoying when it comes to getting my groceries. This is also part of why groceries were on my dislikes in my debut slides. But, like, I will crave something and I will get it as part of my list of groceries. And then I no longer crave it once I actually have it in the house. That's what happened with this chocolate milk. I have, like, I bought, like, this, like, 12-pack, I think, of, like, chocolate milk boxes. They're like juice boxes, but with chocolate milk in them instead of juice. With the intention of, like, being like, oh, I'll probably drink these for so-and-so, and then they've just been sitting in the fridge and I haven't touched them. It's over. Same but with fruit. If I don't see it, I don't eat it till it spoils. I feel you! I'm like that with bread! I love bread, but I can't keep a loaf of bread in the house because I will never want to eat from the loaf of bread when I have bread. This was not a problem when Onimama was here because Onimama loves bread and would basically eat a sandwich like every day that I'd have to make for her every day. She changed what was on it, I guess, but she would be eating a sandwich at least once a day, if not twice. So we were able to go through bread much more quickly. But now that it's me, and I'm like, I need bread, and I get a loaf of bread, but then I can't finish it because I don't crave sandwiches or like toast or like any of the things you use bread for that often. So bread would just quickly spoil and I'd just be like, this is such a waste of my money. Why can't I just get really tiny like pieces of bread? Like that with yogurt, I get it, and granola, have it a little, then the rest stays till it expires. Oh my god, I also tried to have a yogurt and granola phase. It took me so long to get through the granola. The yogurt, admittedly, was a bit easier to get through. But my granola bag was too big. And it took me so long to get through it, and I was just like, never again. You just need clairvoyance so you can buy for what you'll want later, but not now. That's what I mean! I just wish I could understand. Like, I'll have the cravings, but then I end up spending the money on the thing, and then I don't eat it, and I feel like I wasted my money. Especially now, because I have to pinch my pennies so closely. So I'm always just like, ugh, no. No. It sucks. I don't like it. It sucks. Man. But yeah, to answer the question, I don't really have anything interesting besides the chocolate milk in my fridge. Which is why I'm drinking water. I also just like to drink water, so... an excuse to use my big Stanley cup. Croissant bread! That sounds delicious. I do like to buy pre-made croissants occasionally. I feel like it's a good, decent substitute for bread, but I want like... Man, croissant bread sounds so fucking good. I'm jealous. Best grilled cheese ever. Using it for grilled cheese also sounds very genius. I love croissant sandwiches. They're one of my like favorite food items to get at like cafes and things. When I used to go cafe hopping more often, when I could venture out by myself. I love a croissant sandwich. Yum. I'm gonna get hungry. It's over. I'm going to get hungry. Channel the hungered work rage into free later. Frick that old man. Frick that old man! Stream dedicated to me beating up an old guy. In a game. But no, it would actually be disastrous if I went into a stream without eating. It's fine if I get hungry mid-stream, because then I can just focus on eating after I finish a stream. But if I go into a stream hungry, it'll be Jover. I will get hangry.
You did what? Beat up an old man in a game.
Well, I tried to. Old man was also kicking my ass. Old man hates me for real, for real. It's such a hard boss. It's only the third boss in the game. I don't even know how many there are. Old man had hands. Old man had skills that were scary. That I couldn't really understand how to counter. Probably more than 3. Yeah, obviously. I see. There's 10. I looked it up without getting spoilers on who they are. There's 10 levels. I'm on 3. He had shields or mirrors. They were mirrors. The only way to do damage to them was by firing at them, and then the mirrors would make the bullets bounce back at me and attack me and kill me in video game. And then once you get rid of all the mirrors, you hit him once, and that knocks him into the next phase where he stands on top of a pillar. Then you have to fire lasers at the pillar while avoiding these orange death waves that hit the ground and do a lot of damage. Then once you blow that up, all of your bullets hang in the air for a period of time, and then he teleports around and tries to beat you up until you counter him. And then you counter him, and then you do a little baby fight. And then, there is a phase after that, but I only got it once, and I don't remember what happened. Those are the phases that I remember, because they're the ones that I am stuck on. It's a difficult fight. I'm also baby, so it is what it is. Anyway, this stream is probably going to be dedicated to fighting the old man. I'm not gonna lie to you, because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it. By the time we got to that point fighting the old man, I was like already pretty tired and annoyed with the game, so I was like, So now I have to try and do it with full energy. Keyword is try. Yeah, why you fight the baby? I'm just little creature. Why are you fight me? But I'll do my best. I will be so epic and cool and epic. How much prose we got written today? I got a few outlines. I have accomplished no other work, really. That's a me issue. I guess I'll go ahead and hide the timer because I'm not working anymore. I shouldn't go into work streams tired. Is my problem. If I go in, like, awake and energized, I can probably bang out some good stuff, but anytime I have tried to do a work stream when I am tired, I don't really accomplish much. So you'd think I would learn by now, but I have not. You certainly didn't help, though. I mean, yeah, but I do also like talking to you guys, so it's fine. It works out. You should go into work streams bitter and holding a grudge. No, I don't want to go into any stream bitter and holding a grudge. That would make me sad. I've done that one time, and it was for Resident Evil. I went into that stream bitter and holding a grudge, and that stream ended up being fucking shit, so... let's not do that anymore. OMG, she likes talking to us. Why do you act like this is new information? Yes, of course I do. If I didn't like talking to you, I wouldn't be streaming. Period. Why does this work read like a hit piece? Are you above checking out a video to see if there's any other strategy for the old man? I would probably consider looking at a guide. I don't know if I'd look at a video, necessarily. But I'd see if there was a guide. Hi, Tomoe! Hi. Hi, Tomoe. Hi, Tomoe Carmine. Hi. Hi. Hey. Welcome in, welcome in. Is that Tomoe Carmine? It sure is. In my chat? Wow. But yeah, I don't know. I might look like I might look up a video to see if I can beat it, but I'm gonna try as authentically as I can, at least for like the first hour. And then if I'm really still stuck, I'll just be like, man, and then I'll try and find it. A slightly common occurrence? Slightly. But it's always a welcome one. Chocominto yorimo anata. It's so funny hanging out with people who have the brain rot for the song because I've already covered it, so I'm always just like... I understand where they're coming from, because I had brain rot from practicing it. Anata! Yeah, exactly. I encountered it in the wild too, like some of the most like normie YouTubers that I watch, they put out a short where they were like expressing that they had brain rot over the song, and I was just like, this is weird. The crossover's crazy. But that is part of why we covered it, because it was getting so popular. It's super trending. I'm surprised it's still trending. That's the thing that has me the most surprised. I'm just like, dang, people aren't super sick of it yet. Ohanaki, which song? Ice Cream. The one that goes, Ruby-chan, hi, nani ga suki? Chocominto yorimo anata. And all that stuff. It's so funny that it's the part where they're like barely singing. It's just the call and response portion. But me and Loon did a cover of it. Because Miss Kaya was like, it's Love Live and it's trending. Can we please cover it, please? And I was like, okay. And Lynn was like, okay. And then we covered it. It's actually doing better now, surprisingly. I think it finally belatedly got picked up by the algorithm. Is that why you did the cover? I mean, it was also because the song was cute. But yeah, it looks like it finally got picked up by the algo a little bit. At least compared to where it was. Everyone recorded that same day. I can't remember if that was one where we recorded in the same day or not. I know... I think Lynn finished recording pretty quickly. Probably because you're the only ones doing it by my standards. No, there are a few other covers that I think got more views than ours initially did. But ours is just getting a belated pickup. I just got it in my algo this morning and watched. Haven't been looking closely at Kaya's channel while she's AWOL. Well, she's not going to be AWOL much longer. Yoivo algorithm! So true. I like the algorithm more than cookie dough ice cream, apparently. Which is true. Please, Mr. Algorithm, favor my channel. Please. I want to go viral. Cookie dough catching strays. The song has some brain rot potential? Yeah. That's why the people like it. I personally think the choruses are more catchy, but like the main thing that went trending was the call and response part in the second verse. Time to do something crazy. Oh god. Telling my truth, and then it's just I don't know what the truth would be, but that's what I would clickbait. Let's see, what else can I clickbait? We need to clickbait something that's like really crazy. What is something kind of on brand for the Yuno Hanaki channel, but is still like insane? Thinking. The truth about words. Cheating in streamer chess tournaments seems to bring the views. I don't even know basic chess. Don't stop. I don't want to slander Kiara. That would be a nightmare. Conspiracies? I guess. I don't know if that's really on brand for me, though. I'm not really a conspiracy girly. Kiara's thick skin. No, that's not the issue. The issue is getting targeted by the fan base. Also, it's a joke based on something that happened during MonsterCon. Because we were stuck with celebrity questions and we just kept choosing agency VTubers because that was all we could think of in terms of celebrities. You should have played Clubhouse 52 and play chess badly. I would just be like, I don't know what's happening. And then I would just put pieces wherever it lets me.
May the only lights guide you back to me.
Pointless Speculations, thank you for being a member for 12 months in Shadowfire. Wait, I got it. Right, unhinged, forced Yuri fanfics involving other VTubers. Oh god. Not the forced Yuri. Confirmed Kiara more toxic than Doppio. Look, listen. Listen. How do I get the Steam key? When I try to buy it, seemingly shows my contacts and no other option. I don't know. I've never done it that way before. I've only ever redeemed Steam keys.
May the only lights guide you back to me.
KJ, thank you for being a member for 17 months of the emote tier. Congratulations. Celebrities you met Otome Boys. Honestly, that probably would have been the better option. But we just... I didn't know how to define celebrity. If we were talking about Otome Boys, that would have been more like fictional character arguments.
May the only lights guide you back to me.
Daniel Smith, thank you for being a member for 16 months of the emote tier. Thank you. So after a quick Google, it looks like if you want to get a Steam key for something, you'd have to use a third-party seller. And they would give you a key that way to redeem via Steam, and then instead of redeeming it, obviously you would just send the actual key to Amaro. You know, staring up, blinking into our souls. Yeah, because our souls are connected by fate. If I want to maintain the connection, I can't blink. Is there any DO website is great for that? Yeah, that's what I saw in my search too. Scenario, Kaya stands over Yuno and gives her the Kabedo, and Lin sits in a throne with a wine glass observing. There's your forced eerie. First of all, Lin would be drinking boba. Second of all... I think Kaya would prefer a Yuri scenario where she Kabedons Lin. And thus cucks me in the process. I think that would be Kaya's preference. Humble Bundle, Fanatical Agreement, Gaming are where I get my keys from. I know of Humble Bundle. I look out for deals there on occasion. Do you have to write frustrated journal entries about it? Yuno Hanaki seethes as wife is stolen by unit mate. So Yuno would be the observer. Usually am. I'm well acquainted with the chair. Anyway. The scenario voice pack has potential. I'd have to get permission from the other two to mention them like that. Silly. I think they do it for the laugh. I mean, I think they'd be open to it. I can't really foresee either of them saying no, but they'd probably just be like, your fans are weird for wanting this. And I feel like, yeah, well, is what it is. I have to leave for a bit for food. If I miss goodbyes, take care. Okay. Enjoy your food. I hope it's yummy. Unfortunately, there's a lot of crossover between the fans. You say that. I don't think there's as much crossover as you think there is, though. True, I haven't joined Kaya's chat in literally months. Well, Kaya also hasn't streamed. Most of the stuff that Kaya's been doing has been cover premieres, if you've been able to catch it. But she's planning on a return stream. I believe she has it scheduled for June right now. Let me double check her channel. I forget. Really? Yes. She didn't like super formally tweet it, but like around when she got her monetization reapproved, she put up a waiting room for a return stream. Yeah, June 30th, 8 p.m. according to the waiting room. Wow, she's doing it during Onimon time. Shaking my dang head. 69 days from that tweet. Yeah, but it's less time now. Just the thumbnail up and everything. Yep. Well, not so much a thumbnail as it is just her logo. But if you were at all looking forward to her return, here's a link. Set it to notify you, because you still have to wait 2 more months. It's Melody one now. Yeah, guess I can't stream at my usual time. Well, luckily, since I'm still probably gonna be streaming twice a day, I can just... I guess that'll be a day where I do morning and afternoon. That'll be a problem for future, you know. Oni son. No, with the way the new schedule's shaping out, you're probably never gonna get an Oni son. Unless I gorilla. Because weekends are always gonna be for me. When she posted it originally, it was 64 days away, so she pushed it 5 more days. Yeah, I'm aware. I remember a little bit of the lore, but point is, the room is up and it has a date, so... Future Yuno is just gonna have to cope, literally. Future Yuno can deal with that problem when it arises. Is there a way for me to send money to you which totals the cost of the game? I'm not seeing a method where I can donate more on Patreon. Yeah, because Patreon doesn't have like a separate donation platform. I guess at that point you would just want to use Stream Elements and then mention that it's for the game. Normal donation. I appreciate that you're jumping through all of the hoops to try and get this to happen. Also, you're probably gonna want to mention the title of the game so I can make sure I get the right one. We'll just keep sending more money till you choose wisely. Oh no. Watch it be like RE4? No. I have received confirmation from them that it's a Yuri visual novel. And Resident Evil 4 is not Yuri. If I ever get a donation that does say that it's for RE4, I will refund you. Because that's not happening. It could be. I mean, if you want to force fem Leon or whatever the fuck his name is, sure. You want to womanize that man with a womanizing beam? You can. Then it's Yuri.
An offering. Thank you so much.
Violent Speculations, thank you for the $6.90 tip. Here, have a Yuri Kusoge on me. $6.90, I don't really know. I guess I could maybe find a Kusoge for like $6. But yes, nice.
Thank you.
I need to fix my alerts. I need to get new alerts. I like my current ones, but it'd be nice to change them out. We need something new. We need something fresh. New voice lines, overall new vibes. I was hoping to wait until I was like in the process of doing everything else for re-debut before caring about that stuff, but meh. Please, can one just be some keys? I guess. It's familiar and comfortable, for sure. But like, I for one kind of want change. I feel like, I guess I still feel kind of stagnant because I haven't changed much. Can you do them all in the voice you use for the May the Oni lines guide you back to me? Well, most of them are. Those were all done in the same kind of tone. I guess the only exception is bruh, obviously, but most of the ones I recorded like that are all in that same tone of voice. I think Super Chat's also the only different one. Debuno. Sometimes I get sad because when I was first working on my initial like recordings and like vibes and stuff, everyone said I sounded like I was bored or that I had like no emotion, and I was like, but I'm just quiet. It's not that I'm bored. It's just a quiet voice. I don't think that's lacking in emotion. It's just quiet. I'm sorry that I'm not all, oh boy, thanks for the Akasupa! I'm sorry I'm not like that. I'm sorry I can't be more excited. But I remember I had shown I had shown some other people what I was working on with my alerts and stuff, and everybody was like, but these aren't super interesting. They're not very engaging. They're not engaging lines. And I was like, but like, this is the character. This is the intention. And Oiran would not be that extroverted. The whole point is that she's supposed to seem aloof so that you can approach her. You want to know what her deal is. She seems to be quiet and introverted. What is wrong with her and how do we fix her? Literally. I mean, I guess part of the problem is that they assume streamers have more extroverted energy, like more external stuff. But I remember when I was first recording some of my initial lines for like debut and like other stuff, everybody was just like, it's too quiet. It sounds really flat. And I was like, I don't think it's flat. I'll agree that it's quiet, but that's intentional. Wait until they hear the women. Women. So she says, and then when she plays the Tails game, Dr. Hyde comes out. Well, that's different. Like, when I'm playing games and I'm existing on stream, I am like mostly presenting as myself, you know? When I do like the in-character stuff, which is what I was doing back then because I wanted in-character alerts, I was like, you know, presenting a character, and they didn't like that. But I also didn't want to fake the energy of like I faked it for the super chat and that was it. So that means it deserves a super jingle. But that was more just like customer service energetic versus like genuine energy. Not that there's anything wrong with alerts where the person is like screaming and excited. But that's just never been my vibe. I'm very mellow. Yeah, the bunny garden ending. cool and aloof beauties are always in. It's the evergreen character archetype. One can choose to believe.
I like your energy, thank you.
I like my energy too. Maybe you could make lower dono amounts have an alert. Like one where I'm a little bit more judgy. I don't know. I like the idea of making them more Oidon coded, but I also don't want to be mean. Because, like, I do support every donation, but I feel like I don't want it to seem mean. Then again, I guess depending on the audience, there are people who would probably like the idea of a voice line that sounds mean, because then they would purposefully keep donating those small amounts to keep hearing me insult them. Huh? You really think that's enough to approach me? Try again. Numbers like that will never impress me. It set a specific dollar amount for me, you know? I mean, it was probably going to be like a value, like under a certain amount. Please. That's it? Thought it'd be bigger? Okay, I can't do that. I can't do that. It would be kind of funny if I made that a line for one of the like actual bigger donation amounts though. Warming up my CC in anticipation. We'll see. You silly commoners in your blue wave, was it? How quaint. That's the most Oidon coded though. This is true. In terms of being an Oidon, that is the most Oidon coded. We're cooking. I will keep note of this as part of the many things I have to do to prep for re-debut in the future. Not enough green, that's why I'm going purple. No. This is the real work stream bit. This is true. Brainstorming and ideating for 2.0. Even if it's not happening this year. Well, probably not anyway. I never say never. If I can fix this stuff with my YouTube monetization and I can start actually making a decent passive, then maybe. Okay, took notes on that. Donates 1,000. Oh, you're just desperate for my attention, aren't you? We could get real bad here. Yeah, bye. More like crowdsourcing because she's 100% going to record all of these. It's more like I'm reading them out loud for you for free right now as a test. I missed that. 2.0 not happening. Not so much not happening as it is I might have to just delay it a lot. With the economy being the way that it is, my models have basically doubled in price. And I'm too far in with the commission to be able to fully, like, cancel it or adjust it. Because my mama has already put in so much work for both designs. So I kind of have to commit now. What? Because my mama is Japanese, and with the economy, getting fricked in Onigashima, The conversion rate between USD and yen is pretty bad, so my models have basically doubled. Long story short. They used to be in a relatively more affordable range, and then the economy happened, and now it costs a lot more money, which is fine. It's just, that's also part of why I'm streaming twice a day every day now, or not every day, almost every day now, and I'm trying to like branch out and do different kinds of things because your girl's gonna need money to pay those to pay for those models. I have the goal up on sponsors still. I'm doing the best I can. But it's pretty expensive now compared to what it was. And this is even before rigging. Like, I haven't even confirmed what the price is going to be with Spiral yet because the outfit's still technically not finished being designed. So I'm just like, I'm having a rough go of it. I'm having a rough go of it currently. And because of that, and because I have other things that I have to take care of, obviously, including like being able to pay for rent and bills and such, I kind of have to delay the actual like 2.0 for a while longer. I'm working on it. As far as I know, I think everything will still be finished for the models themselves in July, but it's gonna be it's gonna be a while to get to rigging. It's gonna be a while to get the other stuff that I want for re-debut, because I feel like it would only be fair to have like everything else change on stream as well, like not just the models, because it's gonna be just a whole new vibe to Yuno Hanaki. Therefore, I want to change a lot of things, and it's also going to cost money. So, and I don't want to make I don't want to have the entire thing be footed by you guys, because that's not fair to you. I'm already asking a lot by pushing as hard as I am for the models. I don't think it's fair to then expect you to also pay for like the rigging and then for like the other stuff I want to upgrade. That's all stuff I want to upgrade. Some of this should fall to me at some point.
That's more than I anticipated.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
Pira, thank you for the $30 tip. Those lines are worth their weight in gold. Hee. And Pointless Speculations, thank you for the $50 tip. Here, have another Yuri visual novel, and God help you if you dare spend a penny of this on rent. I understand. I will not spend it on rent, I promise. So it puts us at $86.90. You have allocated it to a specific place, so I will allocate it to a specific place. Sponsored by Damadachi, slapped on the forehead. Yeah. My presence here is brought to you by the kindness of the generosity of the Damadachis. That's it.
And viewers like you.
What? No, don't actually. My button is still grayed out on my YouTube studio, but I'm hoping maybe sometime this week it'll let me switch everything over. As soon as I can get my monetization back, maybe we will not have to worry as much about the necessity of money. Because once I can start turning on super chats again and like moving membership stuff back to YouTube primarily, it will be better, I'm sure. The letter D in pay pigs. I would never call you guys pay pigs. Never, ever, ever, ever. You are my small little fire orbs. You are not pay pigs. Even if you asked me to say it nicely, I could never.
No.
can't do that to you. Small little fire funders. So that is the 5K dono alert, please. I promise I will find the money. I was thinking about adding alerts for higher amounts, but they would be super rare because I don't think anyone would ever donate that amount. I wish I could be a pay pig again, but times are hard. No, exactly. That's why I could never actually call anybody a pay pig. Like, even every little bit is enough. It's like the economy is bad for a lot of people right now. I can't act like I have it the worst in the world. There are probably people who are way worse off than me, you know? I am lucky and blessed that I managed to make just enough to get through a month. Just enough to scrap by. Hopefully with YouTube giving me back my monetization in the future, it'll be a bit easier to survive month to month. Also, my thinking is that I can change the Patreon memberships so that there's less limited slots for the custom voice packs. Like, I think that tier will probably still stay, and I'll just take away the cap. Because it's still a very optional tier. I'll just take the cap off of it, and then anyone who wants to donate that amount for a voice pack can get a voice pack. Times be a time for sure. I hear you. I hear you. Congrats on not starving for another 30 days. Cheers, man. Barely making it. Congrats on surviving April 2025. Also so fucking true. April was a crazy fucking month all the way to the last day. Congratulations to all of us for making it through. An economy of all time, an economy of all time, and everything of all time. Man, oh man. Why is it always worst month in a while so far? There'll be another top tier Patreon member next month. Oh, thank you. I do appreciate it. No worries. No pressure. But like I said, the minute I can get everything dealt with YouTube, I will probably make changes to the Patreon again, so it'll just have the 2 tiers. The previous Onigashima VIP, which had all the behind the scenes and stuff, and like all the posts and things, and then the sponsor tier, which will be where you get your custom voice packs. Thumbs up. Better than last October? Yeah, for me, October was hell. I feel like April was rough in like a different way compared to what October was for me. So like, I think just like objectively speaking, April was rough for like the overall VTuber sphere. And then I guess in some other ways with things like other things happening. April was tiring. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can agree with that much. Quite exhausting. But we made it. What feels like a very hard month is over. I mean, I'm still gonna deal with a little bit of sadness coming up. Another one of my... I don't really like talking about it, but another one of my Oshis is graduating first week of May, so I'm just like... Cool! Great! Epic! So I'm going through it. 2 of my Oshis so close together. As expected of the Yuno Hanaki luck, I guess. But no, it's
An offer.
we're getting through.
Thank you so much.
Daniel Smith, thank you for the leet tip. Cash cow, pay pig, currency chicken, and other delicious mixed metaphors in this backyard bank. I love all that alliteration too. Way to a girl's heart. The girl being me, by the way. Okay. Had to make sure I was doing the math right. Should be this. Yeah. Thank you so much. Whoa, we're halfway there. For those of you wondering about why the daily goal increased also, it's because I'm doing 2 streams a day now. I usually go for at least 100 for a daily stream, a daily goal, or whatever. But it says 200 now because I stream twice a day. Gotta get some pay whales back on the menu. Man, I think people only really whale for gacha these days. I do not really see people whaling for VTubers, like, ever. So when I watched a lot just went on hiatus, leaves an empty spot in my mornings now. The parting is quite sad. Doing the math after the donos is always funny. Look. Look. It's because I want to thank you first, and then I add it. Girl mathematics. One of the things that will probably change with 2.0 and the overall rebranding is I'll probably get like a separate gauge that can keep track of daily goals. I see whales on the birthdays. Sometimes. I do sometimes see whales on birthdays as well. Not as often, but... Or, well, I guess I should say not as often as I feel like there used to be. I think a lot of people who used to whale for VTubers have either moved on to different VTubers, perhaps, or aren't whaling for VTubers anymore. Dolphin doubloons whale wealth. There we go. You know, biding her time to unleash the true power of 2.0. I want it to happen so bad. I keep wanting to just close my eyes and wake up and have it be 2.0 debut day. Just skip all the work, all the prep, all the messaging of artists, all of the waiting for the art to come in, waiting for the rig, waiting for the model to be finished. I just want to skip all of it and just be at the debut day. Even though at this point I don't know what the debut day is, but I just want to skip all of it and get to the actual debut so that I can have it. I think they just become more responsible. I mean, maybe. Maybe. They spread out over more VTubers. Yeah, I do think the oversaturation of the market is probably a big part of why these things happen. Needs the remote from Click. So true. I just need to manipulate time. So Ian, thank you for the $6.42. Nice. Ah, I see. Luckily, that math is something I understand. Nice. Super chats would be nice. I would love to re-enable them. Ever since I disabled them, the button has disappeared, and I'm just like, goodbye, super chats. I don't get as nice of a cut of those, but they are still useful. Anything that can add to the overall amount I get from YouTube every month. Thumbs up. Haven't seen a good old-fashioned... Yeah, D-waving, dono battling forever. Emotional maturity is so boring. Don't don't say that. I think it's good that people are learning to be more responsible with their money. Going back to the economy, without talking too much about the economy, I think it's good that people are learning to be a little bit more strategic with their spending. It does make it hard for VTubers to be able to, like, sustain a lot of times, but I do think that overall we would prefer that people be surviving than going into debt for VTuber. Don't do that. Time is money, so we are back around to the same point. Very true. All in on red. No! No! Don't gamble! Do not gamble.
Also, good morning, Hanaki. Welcome in, welcome in.
So you're saying I must spend all my life savings in a 2D model? No!
No! Don't do it!
If I win the lottery, I can go crazy for VTubers. This is true, but also don't gamble on the lottery too much. Streamer, I sold my car for donos. Can't watch you and drive anyway. No! Don't do that either. You need to be able to go to your job. If you're already in debt, there's something stopping you from donating more. This is a terrible mindset. They say there are issues with the economy, but the market for human livers is booming. You'd know that if you truly loyal to your Oshi. I'd cry. That's insane. New job, professional VTuber watcher. Where do I sign? Benefits are healing by listening to cute VTuber giggles and also looking at women. And I mean looking at women, and I mean looking at women. Miss Streamer, I created an MLM and now I'm making crazy money. That's true. If you create the MLM, you would be at the top of the pyramid, so you would be getting the most money. You are not wrong. That's the bad thing. You're scamming everybody else so that you can rest at the top of that pyramid is the bad thing. But it'd be funny.
Hi, Bestie. It's been such a long time since we spoke. But actually, have you ever wanted to be your own boss and work from home? Because I have the best opportunity for you if you're interested.
I have luckily never been approached by any previous high school classmates with a MLM, but the day will probably eventually come. Time to start a crypto pump and dump. No! Time to pull a roof and hide away. Yeah, man.
Do you want to buy these really high quality knives? Bestie, I know that you love hanging out at home in your comfiest...
Sorry, I'm dying from how bad this is.
Bestie, I know you love hanging out at home in your comfiest clothes. So why don't you take this lucrative, super cool opportunity to become your own boss and sell leggings?
You're telling me they could cut paper? I've actually been approached for an energy drink and knives. I had a friend who was approached for the leggings scam. So that's why I know it by heart. I was like, leggings? That's crazy. That voice. Is that a reaction because you like it or because you hate it? I'm sorry, it's just really good.
Look, I got a great deal. You buy 10 super cards from me, then you recruit 3 more super soldiers, and they buy the super cards. And then you make money off of those sales. And then if people buy super cards from them, then you make money off of those sales too. Isn't this a great way to be your own boss? Not quite an MLM, but I lent a bunch of money to a friend who said they were struggling with vet bills and they kind of disappeared. Ugh. Oh no. That sucks. I have genuinely never asked my friends for money. I'd rather die. It sucks when those things happen, because like you want to support your friends, of course, but then they take advantage of that kindness. It's awful. I need some money. Can you buy me XXX and gift cards? Ugh, the most sus. They get those gift cards and then they just resell them. Agony. Friend did the peace sign. Yeah, the peace sign fade out. The classique. Awful. Not the refund scammers. I know, right? As someone who has been applying to jobs too, there are so many scam job listings now also that are just way too good to be true. Like, it gets so frustrating because you're like, obviously you would want it, especially if you are someone who is in a situation where you need to find a job. It's so easy to take advantage of people that are desperate to make any kind of income, but then it's like very obviously a scam. Like one that was like 10 to 40 hours per week, full benefits, part-time, full-time, and I was like, huh? What do you mean by that? I learned pretty quick to not to lend out money you can't live without. Understandable. I agree. If they're asking you to pay money for a job that's supposed to pay you money, yeah, that also. Those times where they're like, we need you to buy the equipment in order to do this job. And I'm just like, no, that should be provided to me by the company. Also, my favorite one is when they're like, you've made it past the first screening. We would like to have an interview with you, but you need to pay to get your credit report. And I'm just like, you should never have to pay to get your credit score evaluated. And they're just like, well... It's a nominal fee. And I'm just squinting like, I think you just want my credit card information. I think you just want my legal information. I don't know about all that. I was fine without the money, but was sad I lost a friend. As you should be. I'd be very sad about something like that happening to me, too. Code word for this is not legal. I know, right? Those are the ones that end up getting me the most, though. I think I did fall for it once when I was much younger. Nothing bad happened, but I fell for it the one time, and I was like, I will not do that again. I keep getting DMV scam texts from random Outlook emails. Those are especially funny for me to get because I don't have a license and therefore I can't have a car and drive. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm sure it is. Oh no, my car got caught going through a, what's it called? Like one of those checkpoints on the highway where you have to, oh, like a toll road. Your car went through a toll booth and didn't pay, so it has racked up a bunch of fees. Contact us now to settle this. And I'm just like, I didn't go anywhere. You're so funny.
It do be very silly. Okay. Sorry if I'm like looking down a lot. I'm checking my phone for something. My other phone, not my streaming phone. My normal phone, whatever you want to call it. Have to look at it to confirm some stuff. Okay. Checking for scams. Yeah, I'm looking for scams right now. Have I told you guys that one of the most common scam emails I tend to get is from a French like job scam? It keeps saying offert d'emploi, and I'm just like, I don't speak French like at all anymore. Why is it French specifically? And it makes me laugh every time. What? Yeah, it keeps going to my spam. But every time I'm in my spam folder, I always see it like offert d'emploi, and I'm just like, no. None. It's just very funny. What? I took the froggy bit too seriously. Oh no, my bits. The consequences of my actions. But nah, this isn't a non-VTuber email, but they're always just... It always sends, like, almost every day of the week. Like, Monday through Friday, I will get an email from them. And I'm just like, can you stop? I always get emails that I was in San Fran and missed the toll booth for the Golden Gate Bridge. The really funny thing is that because of time zones, I always missed it at like 2 a.m. I'm sure. They're so funny. Also, UPS missed package scams. Oh, I get those often too. That's usually via text though, not email. A text from a very obviously improper looking email, usually an Outlook, that's like, you missed the delivery of package. Your valuables are inside. Click this link to confirm. And I'm just like, nope. You are not fishing anything out of me. I am fishless. Yeah, and I immediately delete them. I just don't even bother to open them. I'm just like, nope. Dear Yuno Hanako, I am Prince from Nigeria. Your help would be very appreciated. As I'm just like, Prince? Say more. Prince? Do go on. Tucks hair behind my ear. Have you heard about those scams that happen to like mostly older people, like kind of like the elderly or just people that are less internet savvy because they're older, where they get scammed into thinking that they are actually like texting with or like forming an online relationship with a celebrity? I feel like if if the people found out my tastes and pretended to be a celebrity, it might work on me, unfortunately. I'd be tempted. I'd be like, Obviously, you couldn't do it with a fictional character. But if you did it with like a seiyuu that I like or an actor that I managed to like, I'd be like, maybe it's believable. I don't remember which one I heard about specifically, but there was like this one that happened in the UK where she got scammed into thinking she was dating like, oh god, who the hell was it? It was like a Brad Pitt or like a Ryan Gosling. I think it was Brad Pitt actually. And like she was convinced that it was him because of like the way he was texting and the way he was talking about his locations and stuff. And then they like sent a video of him in the hospital, which was like AI generated. Like the whole reason was because it was like AI, the AI was like, oh my god, what is the term? When you map the deep fake, right? The deep fake? Yeah, they made a deep fake of him in the hospital to make it seem like he was actually like sick and like suffering. And so they managed to scam her out of a lot of money. And I was just like, oh, man. I don't know if I'd fall for it to that extent, but if it was a cool name that I liked, I'd be like, well, I'd entertain the thought. This is Ken. The thing is, Ken does know a little bit of English, so of the Seiyu that I like, that would be the most believable. Was it Keanu Reeves? There are probably a few Keanu Reeves scams as well. But the most recent one I heard about was the Brad Pitt one. Yeah, divorced her husband and everything too. It was rough. She was like really in it because she thought that it was the guy.
An offering. Thank you so much.
Pointless speculations. Thank you for the $4.20 tip. Haha, nice. Hey, Yuno, I just graduated recently, but I'm reaching out to keep in touch. One of Yuno's Oshis. Things that would never happen. Well, for one, definitely not. The other, honestly, might. Somehow. If they found out I existed. So that would be 1089? Yeah. Yippee! Thank you. This is John Monster Hunter, and I need your help. Yeah, John VTuber. John Monster Hunter. But yeah, I heard that story about the celebrity scam, and I was just like, ugh. It happens mostly to, like, the elderly people, or, like, the ones that just have way less tech literacy. But I also kind of feel like... So, remember how we were talking about how a lot of, like, socialization's been kind of fucked over by internet stuff? I think something similar has kind of happened with, like, overall internet safety and literacy. Because I feel like a lot of the younger generations, not to sound like a boomer, Jesus, this makes you sound so old. Not to sound like a boomer, but I feel like a lot of younger generations are less wary of internet safety now. And I feel like they're more likely to start falling for scams. Like, we were taught, royal we here, we were taught to be wary of these kinds of scams, so I feel like it's a lot easier for us to spot them. But then I feel like older generations obviously were not taught because they didn't grow up with it in the same way. It's harder for them to learn. And then you have the younger generation who's just so used to being like super open online because a lot of their primary socialization happened in a very online space. So I feel like now they just will give information away to anybody that they remotely think that they can trust. Because I remember hearing about how like certain TikToks have to like warn against things that we know are very obvious scams. But then you have like younger people that are in like their, you know, early 20s or like even younger sometimes, like teenagers being like, oh my god, I fell for this skull emoji. And I'm just like, are they not teaching you how to look out for internet scams? Then again, this is the same society that's like welcoming in ChatGPT, which is very frequently wrong and hallucinates incorrect information. So I guess I should not have any faith in society anymore. What do you mean I have to withhold my information? You have to not give away everything. I learned from RuneScape scams. Interesting. I guess that kind of makes sense. I grew up trusting no one. I don't have any social accounts except for the ones I use exclusively for trolling. I mean, I will say that it is decidedly based that you have social accounts that are only to troll people, but also be nice, don't troll. I hope it is trolling for justice rather than just trolling to be mean. But I get you.
You get all the social engineering through RuneScape with no losses. Low stake pixels is a good way to learn. I see. I don't remember how specifically I learned, but I remember that it was kind of ingrained to at least be careful with like how I was doing things. I think it's more, I was just taught general online safety is like use a fake name, don't give away like your full birth date, don't reveal your location. Just like that kind of stuff, I think was just taught to me more immediately upon using the internet. So I never really had too many issues. Synopsis: Brad Pitt dating scam, and a French woman was scammed out of over 800,000 euros? Is that the symbol for euros? We've had this issue before where I can't tell the difference between euros and pounds. I'm gonna say euros. By someone posing as Brad Pitt. The scam involved AI-generated content to convince her of the fake relationship leading to her divorce. The fraudster convinced her to help him with his medical treatment as his bank accounts were blocked due to his ongoing divorce with estranged wife Angelina Jolie. Yeah. I remembered the Angelina Jolie part. So I was like, is it Brad Pitt? I couldn't remember the name, but remembering Angelina Jolie, I was like, oh yeah, it was Brad Pitt. Youngins aren't being taught right anymore. Then again, it was the same with the classmates I mentioned earlier. You wonder why they are bad, then you meet the parents, and then my question is answered. True. I was raised to have critical thinking. Ouch. So many scams that came my way just seemed off, so I would check online or with other people and avoid getting scammed. Yeah, I get it. I do feel like I have a pretty strong sense of critical thinking, so whenever I see something that seems a bit sus now, I'm just like, is this a scam? And then I have to like Google it extensively. But I can't even trust Google anymore because Google's AI is taking over freaking everything. My generation freely gave out their age, gender, and location freely on the internet just at the sight of 3 letters. I know. The wonderful ASL. But you were never that specific with those. At least from what I remember. You could be, but you never had to be. It's not really critical thinking. Scammers are like master manipulators. I agree. And they wear you down. They're relentless. That's the thing. Like, you can say all you want that you're really good at, like, avoiding scams, but sometimes they're just so persistent that it can, like, make that wariness disappear. And you instead just become so tired, you're like, oh, God, whatever, fine. You know? Pride is a big reason people get scammed too. Thinking that I couldn't be scammed, I'm too smart, so the alarm bells never go off when they get too far because they couldn't be the one falling for it. I remember doing mail scams in World of Warcraft to make gold. You'd wrap like a rock in gift paper and they'd have to pay the delivery price to find out what it is. Oh, so that's what you mean by those kinds of scams. Okay. Am Hot Grill from Onigashima befriend? Hot Oni in your area. Would you click it? That's the safest route. If you get a phone call or text, phone up and check with your official branch to check it's legitimate. Yeah, but like the thing is, there are people that like, sorry, what's the word? There are people that don't think to like research it. They just see that the message came in and they're like, okay. And they just like go for it, which is so bizarre to me. Eh? Oh, that's weird. I got a text just now and I was like, did I just get a scam text while we were talking about scams? Did my phone hear me? But it's actually a request from the landlord. I'm gonna have to take care of that in a sec. Hup. Love that for me. Already found the hot Oni, no click. True.
Perfect timing. No, luckily it's not a scam. It is actually from my landlord. Landlords are just legal scammers. They want me to move the shit out from the front of the garage, and I'm just like, you've never had a problem with this before. Very interesting that you're asking me to do this now. But okay. Her landlord's a scammer. The scam is making me go outside and move things around. In front of the garage door. Okay, I think I know what they're talking about. Though that's still weird. Why do they need it out of the way of the garage? Hello, I'm your Lord of Land. Please send rent dollars and Apple gift cards this month. Nightmare. Gotta write my rent check, but we just got new management and complex name. Ugh. Yeah, I feel you. When things change like that, it's so icky. Maybe a checkup is coming? Oh god. Well, hopefully they give me proper notice for that, because I need time to clean. The house is, not very messy, but I would like to have time to clean. Ideally, please. Ideally, perhaps, please. Is for me, please. Legally, you have to as a landlord. That's true. The last time they gave me a notice, they didn't end up showing up, though. So maybe that'll happen again. Prage? We'll see. I'm a bit nervous, though. I feel like I should go check my mailbox and see if there's going to be an inspection. I wonder how the annual inspections will go now. They used to just check to make sure the smoke alarms worked. Yeah, they might have, at least for the first couple, they might have to do a more proper inspection style, so they'll probably have to do like a full walkthrough and stuff. Landlords are legally vampires, need an invitation or advance notice. Would watch, we may get some Tuskaru screams when Yuno finds the spiders. I can't. I don't have a mobile setup, and I mean, I could maybe do it if I was cleaning my room, but I wouldn't be able to interact with you guys in chat because I'd be cleaning. But I don't have a mobile setup. I wouldn't be able to stream from any of the other rooms where I'm cleaning. Also, if I had to go to the lower level, you might not really hear me at all. Maybe. I'd have to scream the whole time. Anyways. I guess I should probably wrap up here because I want to make sure everything's okay. If I did get a notice that there's an inspection happening, maybe I should take a second to make sure I can clean. I will be streaming again tonight. We'll be playing more Fruity. We'll be trying to beat up the old man in a video game. Hopefully I can progress. That'd be nice. Maybe if we can aim for like 2 bosses per stream, I can get through it relatively fast, but we'll see. We'll see. Could do a Twitter space with a phone earbud? I guess so, but then I still couldn't see you guys chatting. I guess it'd be interesting for you guys because you hear cleaning noises, but then I wouldn't be able to listen to music or anything, so I'd be kind of suffering. I don't know. We'll see. I'll figure out what's going down. But at the very least, I do have to go and get stuff out of the way of the garage, so I'll go be a good girl and do that. Okay, I'll see you guys tonight for footy. Thank you guys so much for choosing to spend time with me. I hope that you have a good rest of your time zone. And until I see you again, Yunotsu!